What I want to talk about today is many of our small businesses, because most of the small businesses that we serve are going to be people that are accepting, payments at point of sale. So your retail stores, your restaurants, dry cleaners, auto shops, and many of these types of places are very dependent on what Google or Yelp or some other technology that's used to rate businesses is going to say about them and what their rating is. And as much as we all try to do a great job, and as much as we all, handle our business and hire well and do all of these things, inevitably there's going to be some instance where either the ball gets dropped or we end up with a customer that nobody's going to please. However, when they put a review online that is negative, these negative reviews are out there for public consumption. And the way that you handle it is important because other people are going to see. And if they see the way you handle it, many times what can happen is you could turn something that looks like a negative about your business into somebody being able to read the review and ultimately make a decision for themselves that maybe that customer was just being unreasonable. And so I'm going to give you 5 steps on how to handle a negative review. The first one is apologize and sympathize. The first step towards fixing a problem is obviously acknowledging that one occurred. And so regardless of what happened, and again, this is important, regardless of what happened, a simple apology and or sympathy or an expression of empathy for your customer's experience goes a long way. And again, it's important because other people can see this. You want to promote what happened. So the famous crab cakes weren't up to par the day that you came by and visited our restaurant. If they're what you are known for, and you want to reiterate that, it may be important to say, hey, our crab cakes are usually a hit. We're sorry to hear that they weren't up to par when you visited. Why don't you come in and get one on us on the house, and maybe we can make it better. It's also important. That was step 2, was to promote, maybe the item that they were complaining about or something along those lines, kind of turn it into something that's a negative into a positive. The third step would be to move the conversation offline. You've apologized and sympathized. You've shown some empathy. You've tried to, answer their specific, complaint. And now it's time to move it offline, by offering, an email address or a phone number for the person that gave the negative review to call or contact you to get, some sort of specific resolution to their issue. The fourth point is to keep it simple. It's important to keep it simple, and maybe avoid getting into too much detail or a lengthy conversation on a review platform. And that's why it's important to move it offline. And keeping the response simple will help, because you'll look like, hey, look, they must have taken care of this, right? Because you kept it short and sweet. And the fifth point is probably the most important. And this is important for not just negative reviews, but also for positive reviews. And it's always respond. You always want to respond to reviews. People leave a good review. You want to maybe just a simple thank you or glad to hear it. We love having you guys as a customer, whatever, response you can give is good, but you always want to respond so that it doesn't look like, you just have reviews that are racking up and nobody's kind of paying attention. Also, your response, especially to positive reviews, will help, with your SEO and things like that. But it's an important thing. And it's important just to be the type of business owner that is on top of things, that is caring for your customers. As you grow, sometimes people end up with marketing staff. They can obviously do this in kind of a surrogate fashion for you. But responding to negative reviews is very important. You want to, just to review, you want to apologize and sympathize. You want to use this as an opportunity to promote something through the review. You want to move the conversation offline, keep it simple, and always, always, always respond.